Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. Today we are heading to Modern to check out a super spicy deck brought to us by Sam Black. This was his Modern deck at this past weekend's Magic Online Championship. And this one is super spicy. Sam Black always makes great decks, and this one is very cool. So we're talking about a deck called Temur Traverse. Before we break it all down, a quick reminder, if you enjoy this deck and want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos the following week. Anyway, let's break down Temur Traverse. This deck is built around the Shadows over Innistrad rare Traverse the Ulvenwald. So 1 mana, you get to search for a basic land, but if you have Delirium, you get to search for any land or a creature. So the idea of the deck is to get Delirium activated as soon as possible, and then essentially cast a Traverse the Ulvenwald just about every turn, and then use that to generate a ton of value. You can almost use it like a birthing pod, because you can tutor up whatever you need. It's got kind of a toolboxy feature to the deck, so you find whatever creature is important in the right situation, and at just 1 mana, it's so efficient that you can generate a ton of value. So one of the ways you cast Traverse over and over again is Snapcaster Mage. So you can give the Traverse flashback, cast it again, and you can grind out a lot of value with just that loop. I mean, cast a Traverse, get a Snapcaster, cast a Snapcaster, flashback the Traverse, get another Snapcaster, hopefully find another Traverse, and so forth. Eternal Witness can do the same thing. You search out the Eternal Witness, get back the Traverse with Eternal Witness, and then cast Traverse, get a Snapcaster, Snapcaster back the Traverse, get something else. And then Jace not only loots to fill the graveyard to turn on Delirium, which is super important to the deck. Without Delirium, the whole Traverse plan doesn't work. So the looting helps make sure the graveyard is full and you can get Delirium turned on. But it's also a way after you flip it to flashback the Traverse again and keep generating more value with the Traverse. So it is all about the Traverse with this deck. So apart from grinding out value with these cards, casting Traverse over and over, what other creatures are you looking for with this deck? Well, one-ofs, Scavenging Ooze, and PN Karen Nalar. Pretty powerful, and both have specific roles. PN Karen helps you go wide, clog up the board, gets in some damage by sacking the Thopter tokens, and Scavenging Ooze grows really big by exiling cards from the graveyard, plus its graveyard hate in a main deckable way. But then there's also some 4-ofs. Tireless Tracker, the new staple everywhere apparently, so it grows, not as efficiently as Scavenging Ooze, but whenever a land enters the battlefield, you get the clue, generates card advantage when you sack the clues, plus it gets big when you sacrifice the clues, because you get a +1/+1 counter. And then 4 Tarmogoyfs, just a staple. So you can cast your Traverse, get a Tarmogoyf, Snapcaster back to Traverse, get another Tarmogoyf, or a Tireless Tracker. You just grind out a ton of value with Traverse the Ulvenwald, finding really powerful, efficient threats, as well as those 1-ofs for specific situations. The rest of the deck is built around, well, being a removally control deck, but also making sure Delirium is activated. So you see this wide range of burn spells. Well, that's because you want Delirium on. Normally you think, oh, we want Lightning Bolt and Electrolyze. Well, both of those are instants, so in this deck, since you want Delirium, it's better to, instead of playing Electrolyze, for example, play a single Seal of Fire, an enchantment to turn on Delirium. Tarfire, a tribal instant, which tribal is a card type, to turn on Delirium. And then Gutshot, also an instant like Lightning Bolt, but you can cast it for free, so it helps you to turn on Delirium even earlier in the game. And then this theme goes through the deck. Mishra's Bauble is basically free, 0 mana, it draws you back a card, so it doesn't do much of anything, except it's free, plus it gets an artifact in the graveyard for Delirium. Gitaxian Probe lets you peek at your opponent's hand, doesn't cost you a card, sorcery in the graveyard for Delirium. And then the split of Serum Visions and Thought Scour. Thought Scour is an instant for Delirium, plus it puts 2 extra cards into your graveyard. And then there's also Serum Visions, a sorcery for Delirium. So you see this really weird mishmash of spells specifically to turn on Delirium. And then there's just some counters, Spellseer and Mana Leak. Mana base-wise, bunch of fetch lands, some shock lands to be fetched up, some basics. The sideboard is also really spicy because it has a bunch more 1-ofs that you bring in for specific matchups. Of course, all of these creatures can be tutored up with the Traverse the Ulvenwald when you have Delirium activated. Spellskite for Infect Is it Staticaster, takes down 1 toughness creatures over and over again. Reclamation Sage, destroys an artifact or enchantment. Glenelender Archmage, tutor up a counterspell, a double counterspell for non-creatures. Keranos, tutor up an indestructible, almost guaranteed way to win the game. And then Thragtusk, you get to tutor up some life gain. So with Traverse, you can find whatever piece you need in a specific matchup, and since you got the 4 Traverse and the ability to cast them again and again, even though these are just 1-ofs in the sideboard, your odds of finding them are super high. The rest of the deck, some Graveyard Hate in the sideboard, Bajukuba, Grafdigger's Cage, and another Gut Shot, an Ancient Grudge for more artifact removal, and then a Negate to counter non-creature spells. Anyway, that is Temur Traverse, brought to us by Sam Black at the Magic Online Championship. The deck looks super insane and super spicy. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed our Temur Traverse instant deck tech, and I will talk to you soon.